Tweeting this, my administration has identified 3 major priorities for creating a safe, model and lawful immigration system: fully securing the border, ending chain migration, and cancelling the visa lottery. Congress must secure the immigration system and protect Americans. Dan Holler is with us, Heritage Action for America Vice President. Dan, Heritage, I believe, is the top conservative lobbying group in America. There's a little compliment for you. I want you to tell us, what do you see? Give me the bullet points. How do you see the perfect immigration plan for America? Go.
Yeah, I think what the president is outlining is a really good start. I mean, the problem that we have with a lot of these immigration debates is it focuses on the amnesty first, as opposed to getting our legal immigration system right. And the president's focus on chain migration, where you can bring in family and family members can bring in their family, is a flawed way to have an immigration system. We should be prioritizing people with skills and the merit to come to the country that make the country better as a whole, as opposed to relying on family relationships. And that is, if we can do one thing as we move forward, changing that system would be huge for the future of this economy.
Yeah, okay, that's one side of the ledger, isn't it? Secure the border, end chain migration, end the lottery. Got it. That's the Trump side of the equation. But there's another side to it, and you've got to cover that. What are we going to do with the dreamers?
Well, I think the other side of the equation, too, is how do we have a legal immigration that reflects the values of this country and has that merit-based or skills-based component to it. But then you also have this outstanding issue of people who came to this country illegally, and what do you do for them? And we have real concerns about the president's proposal, which is amnesty or legal status or a path to citizenship, however you want to define it, for up to 1.8 million people. What we're going to be doing in that situation is opening the door for rampant fraud. There are currently about 690,000 individuals in President Obama's DACA program. That program was unlawful. It shouldn't have been created, but it was. Those people have been cleared through a vetting process. We know who they are. There can't be fraud in giving those people some more certainty. But we do have real concerns when you expand that to a much larger population that hasn't been documented and background checked.
You've got to have that side of the ledger involved in the overall equation. You've got to have some deal with the dreamers, because otherwise you don't have the votes. If it's just border security, chain and lottery, if that's all it is, you don't have the votes. And you don't have the votes unless you're relatively generous on the other side of the coin with the dreamers.
Yeah, I think the president has made very clear that he wants a deal to some portion of the dream population. And what we have been saying is that if you were going to go down that road and go down the road that amnesty entails, and there is a side effect, there are sort of bad consequences from that, perverse incentives created through an amnesty. If you're going to do that, have it be as narrowly targeted as possible, which is what Chairman Goodlatte tried to do in the House by applying sort of a 3-year renewable status to those 690,000 current recipients of DACA. That's not the direction the debate's heading, and that's concerning for any number of reasons.
Do you think we'll get an immigration deal along any line? I don't care what the lines are. Do you think we'll get a deal this year?
I think it depends on how broad of a deal you want, Stuart. I think right now there's going to be a lot of proposals out there. I don't know as though any of them are going to find sort of that magic sweet spot between the enforcement, the good changes in legal immigration, and what to do with DACA recipients that can get 60 votes in the House and a majority of the Republicans in the Senate. And if that's not the case, you're very likely to see a short-term punt into next year, sort of taking care of the current DACA recipients, providing a little bit of money for border security, and then let's go hash this out at the election and say that Democrats are playing politics on this issue and really holding up a legitimate, thoughtful immigration discussion.
Well, that'd be a very interesting political strategy. That could be a winner one. Dan Holler, again, thanks very much for joining us. Appreciate it. Thank you.